Hi, I'm Jennifer Wise with Photo and Story Treasures. I'm a Forever Lead Ambassador, and I am happy that you joined me today because I'm going to tell you how to write on the back of, so to speak, a digital photo and then be able to keep that information. This is a little bit about metadata, but it is really important because it is how we make sure that our photos maintain value. So let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so we'll start with a few introductory things and then I'll show you exactly how to use Forever Cloud Storage to keep the metadata on your photos. So I always like to say that if it's digital, it needs a backup. There are some very good reasons for this. Phones are a great place to take photos these days, but they're not great places to store them. They're not great places to preserve photos. Phones are temporary, right? If you're like most people, you get a new one every couple of years. Phones and computers and external hard drives are actually at a pretty high risk of loss, theft, crashes, and mechanical failures. Hard drives, those little ports, wear out over time when you plug them in and out of a computer, and so eventually they just stop working. So, because of this, photo experts recommend backing up your photos, and I would say also your videos, to the cloud. So I use and recommend Forever Cloud Storage, and the reasons are these benefits listed. And there's probably a few more I haven't even thought of here. But one big reason is that your photo and video files are private. Privacy is a huge deal at Forever. So there is a guarantee, a very serious guarantee that your information will not be sold. Files are guaranteed to be in your Forever Cloud storage for your lifetime plus 100 years, with the goal of many more years. There are no monthly upkeep fees. You own your cloud storage. You actually buy it, so you own it, so you control it, which means that your photos and videos are not going to be deleted without your knowledge or without your permission. They don't get deleted or moved around or reorganized or whatever unless you do it. Forever will upgrade your file types when outdated. What that means is that if, you know, right now we take mostly JPEG file types for our photos, and someday they are probably going to be the equivalent of a floppy disk. Old, outdated, old-fashioned, can't access it anymore. And when that happens, we could say if or when, Forever is actually going to upgrade all my file types to whatever the new cool thing is. So I don't have to worry about any outdated files, photos, or videos that I wouldn't be able to access 10 or 20 or 50 years from now. So because of this, I really consider Forever Cloud Storage not just a backup, but a digital legacy. So there's one more unique benefit to Forever Cloud Storage, which is metadata. It's related to metadata. So metadata, if you're not familiar with it, is basically just information about a photo. Metadata actually just means data about data, which is not that useful. So it's really information about a photo. And it's how you write on the back of a digital photo. So this unique benefit is that Forever is the only digital photo cloud storage company that preserves metadata when you download or share the photos. So in other words, once your photo is out of the Forever platform, if you've downloaded it to your computer or you've emailed it to somebody or whatever, um, the metadata is still there. So that's a little bit about Forever Cloud Storage and why that's what I'm going to show you. That's what I'm going to use to show you how to keep the metadata with your photos. But if you don't have any Forever Cloud Storage, I've got my website down there. You can pause this video and make a note of it, or I'll put a live link in the comments that you can just click on and head over and get some Forever Cloud Storage. All right, so now that we know about that, let's talk about why this matters. Information about a photo is what gives the photo value. If I just pull a photo up off my phone or I pull out a photo of my great great grandmother. I can show it to you and you'll be like, okay, until I tell you what's cool about the person in that photo or what's cool about why I took the photo or whatever. So, like I said, information is what gives the photo value. It's what makes it valuable. Adding metadata then is extra important if you don't print your photos in order to tell those stories. If you haven't printed them and put them in a scrapbook and written out, why those things are important or why the photo is taken. Adding metadata is also really important if you scanned old photos because they don't have anything with them, right? It's just an old black and white of somebody, right? So adding metadata is super important in both of those instances. Also, if you do print your photos and memories in books, like I do, I'm a digital scrapbooker. Metadata is actually still an important backup in case something happens to your physical book. Now, that said, I do my digital scrapbooking in forever, and so I get a digital version of my scrapbook, so I have that as a backup as well. But again, metadata is what's going to make the photo important. There we go. Oh, sorry. I clicked on obviously the wrong thing. Hold on. Okay. So, next we are going to talk about metadata basics. So if you're like, okay, this is all great, I don't even know what metadata is, then I was exactly in your shoes not that long ago. I have learned a little bit about metadata, and I think it's amazing, and I think you're going to think it's amazing. And so I'm going to tell you just a few things about it. Metadata is information about a photo, like I mentioned before. There are two types of metadata. One is EXIF metadata. It's the information that's already attached to a digital photo when it's taken with your phone, with a digital camera, or whatever. Like it will already be assigned a date, it will already be assigned a file name. It'll show you like the EXIF metadata will show you how big the photo is, like so many megabytes or whatever. Um, so that's kind of it's already included. You don't need to do anything there. IPGC metadata, though, is the information that then you personally can add to a digital photo, like who's in the photo, memories of the event, why you took the photo, what's cool about it. It's what I call the 21st century equivalent of writing on the back of the photo. Now, here's what, let me move my little face down here. Here's what metadata looks like in forever storage. You can mark it as a favorite. This is the file name that I told you about before. It's already assigned to the photo. It's that EXIF metadata I mentioned before. But right here, the description is something that I personally added. You might look at this and go, oh, wow, that's pretty. But when you read my description, I tell you a little bit about it, why I took the photo, what we were doing, where it is. This date taken was already assigned to the photo, but it is editable in case you had an item that was digitized. If I have a photo from 1912 and I scan it in today, it's not going to tell me that it was taken in 1912. I would have to add that and put that in. The upload date, the file size, which again is already just part of the EXIF metadata. And then tags are another bit of IPTC data, metadata that you can add. This just shows what albums, how I've organized it in my forever storage, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, this is just the available metadata and file information in your forever storage account. So I just wanted you to kind of see what I'm talking about when I talk about metadata. All right, so most metadata policies are um, good to know, we'll say. If you add the description, the story behind it, like I just showed you, if you add that IPTC metadata to your photos in Google Photos or Amazon Photos, Dropbox, SmugMug, Shutterfly, or Apple, like iCloud or whatever, the information actually gets lost the moment you take the photo out of that site. And yes, the site that you're paying a monthly fee for. I think that's super weird. But anyway, Apple actually expressly states that they are not IPTC compliant. So you can spend all the time in the world putting in all your you know, descriptions and memories and etc. In these when your photos are housed in these sites, but it will only stay there while it's in the site. So, if you want to download them or share them, all the information's gone. So, here's how you can save yourself some time and save all that metadata that you're putting in. So, this is what I do. You can use the Forever mobile app to upload your photos from your phone into your Forever Cloud storage. And then once your photos are securely in Forever Cloud storage, you can add your own metadata, the story, the memories, the details behind the photo, that IPTC metadata. And then when you download them to maybe save them on your computer or share them digitally or email them to your sister or whatever, here's how you keep the metadata. So let me hop over to show you. All right, so I am over here at the Forever website. Now, as an ambassador, I actually have a demo account. So I'm going to show you all the stuff from my demo account. If we were looking at my personal account, you would see all of my personal photos in there. So that's why this is going to look a little bit different. So I do have, though, a group of photos in here called demo photos. So I'm going to show you how to add that IPTC metadata, the story behind your photos, and then what that looks like to download it to your computer, where you could then email it or whatever. You can actually share it directly from Forever as well if you want to do that. But the download default is not set to keep your metadata. You have to actually choose that. So we're going to come over here to the upper right. You're going to click on your little icon, yourself, your profile. And then here's what we're going to do. From the drop-down menu, you want to click Account Settings. So once that opens, you are going to come over here to, I haven't done this for a while. Let's see if I remember storage. No, preferences. Yes, preferences. Um, There's a bunch of different things here, but what you're looking for is enable download with updated metadata. So you want to turn that on. So now it says, prompt me every time I download files, and you can turn that off or on too. I'm going to turn it on here so that I can keep the metadata with my photos. So I'm going to go back now that that's set up to albums and my demo photos. And you've already seen this picture, haven't you? Yes. So I'm going to do a different one. So this again, name of the file, date taken, all that stuff is already part of it. I'm now going to add a description. Um, let's do this. I love collecting shells and sure. Now you can see me typing this in over at the right. Okay, so that's my little story that I want to tell about this picture. So that it's not just a bunch of shells, but that it actually has a story behind it. So now, if I want to say save this to my computer, which I always do, by the way, I have photos on my phone, but I like the option of being able to delete them. So I put them into Forever Cloud Storage and I save them to my computer, and then it frees up space on my phone because I've got them saved two digital ways, one in the cloud and one at home at my, you know, on site is what photo experts call it. And they do recommend saving them two different ways. So anyway, you come up here and you click download, and then it gives me this option. Do I want updated metadata? Do I want that little story that I just told? If I say no thanks, it will not include my metadata in my download, and it will just take me to, my computer, and I can choose where I want to save it. Okay. If I click yes, update metadata, this is what you need to know. It will give you a little message down here We are downloading this photo as you requested, that you have metadata with it. And it does, like it said, it does take a little bit longer because it's keeping all of that extra information. But it doesn't usually take this long. It must be oh, there we go. It's like it must be a Wi-Fi thing. Okay. So now that message is gone. That means it's all downloaded. So I'm going to come up here and you can see I've got a little red notification thing up there. So, oh, I have some other updates as well. So up here at the top, it says your download with one file of metadata is ready. So I'm going to click it, and then it will ask me where I want to download it. So if I want to download it right here or in pictures or whatever, I can choose on my computer where I want it to download. Now, the cool thing about this is that I can open it up in my computer. It will have all of the information there in the metadata. And I can always have my photos and my stories um, kept together. So thank you for joining this little tutorial. I hope you learned a lot. I find metadata fascinating and I actually use it as kind of a cheat to scrapbook a lot faster. When I upload photos from my phone to my computer, I'm sorry, from my phone to Forever Cloud Storage, I will just type in my little story, my little memories, and I do it when it's fresh, right? So then when I go back to scrapbook later, I literally just copy and paste the descriptions and it makes it go way faster. So I hope that you will enjoy using Forever Cloud Storage with the attached metadata.